fact, well, next week marks 3 years since the Tops mass shooting in Buffalo, and a Buffalo lawmaker wants to put a positive focus on 514.
Buffalo Common Council Majority Leader Leah Halton Pope joins us now to talk about a citywide day of service and remembrance. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So first, it's hard to believe it's already been 3 years.
Yes.
Where did this idea for a day of service come from?
So one of my constituents in business that's in my district, they wanted to do an event, and part of our conversation, they wanted to have more of a block party kind of a thing. And I'm like, I really feel a better way to honor, an additional way to honor would be if we could do acts of service. If these individuals were still here, what would they be doing? And maybe in the city of good neighbors, the city is incredible. We have incredible community of diverse neighborhoods, diverse communities, diverse thought processes. And we showed 3 years ago how close we really are. And I think the best way to honor those who were lost, who we lost to tragedy, would be to do some acts of service, things that they would do if they were still here. So whether it be going to a nursing home or reading books to children or working in a garden or fixing a park, giving people rides, etc. That's how we can remember people. I think that's the best way to honor them. And reaching out to family members was a reason to do it, as opposed to us just making a decision for the community. For those family members, to tell them how we would honor their family members, why don't we talk to them, see if this is something they'd support, and make it a day of remembrance by doing something for others.
Is this something that has coordination? Are you coordinating with maybe local groups on this, or is it really a call to action to the individual to make it a priority to do something kind or do something for the community? Yeah,
I would say it's both. And so working with the Clementine Group, they've cultivated a list of organizations, schools, et cetera, for people to sign up. So if you need to think of some ideas, this is it. But this is also about the individual. How can you honor these individuals that we've lost tragically? Whatever you can do. And so we're not going to limit you. And this is the first year we're doing this. But in addition to the options that we have provided, how can you honor them? What is your way of showing that we remember you? Your family member matter to all of us, and as Buffalonians, we stick together, we look out for each other, and that's honestly what I love most about the city, is the way we take care of one another.
And it's not just for adults, it's really the entire family,
Everybody.
The kids, everyone can get involved. What are some ideas for maybe the younger members of the Buffalo community?
They can garden. They can also write some cards or things to those who are in nursing homes. Ms. Whitfield, for example, was leaving the nursing home, so why not show some love by sharing? And that's what her husband or her son wanted her to do while she was visiting her husband earlier that day. He thought, nursing home would be an opportunity. Another family member, and this is great, so Ms. Cheney's family son, she really enjoyed playing cards, and kids can play cards, and that's a way of still spending time with family. That's important. But then we can also just show love to one another. You don't have to have one specific activity, just showing kindness, making sure that we give each other a smile, but taking time that day. So in the morning from 9 until 12, get outside, help your community, help your neighbors, show them who we are, and truly as a city of good neighbors. And in the afternoon, we will remember them in a formal way, and then there will be some opportunities to spend time and reflect on what we've done.
It was Andre McNeil who I believe was going out to the grocery store to get a birthday cake for his son, Deacon Hayward Patterson, of course, a member of the church community there.
Yeah.
Talk about that formal acknowledgement of the victims and what is going to happen there.
So, well, there is a consistent way that we acknowledge those victims at the site, where it would be much more put together. Tops has put some things together, but honestly, there are several different organizations and groups. There's some young people that are having days of prayer right that morning. Some individuals who are going to be giving out food across the street from Tops, and that time will be quiet moments of silence as we reflect on those lives that we've lost, and then we'll also be able to celebrate the life and the legacy that they left for us.
We're just about out of time, but very, very quickly before I let you go, you mentioned this is the first year, but the hope is to make this an annual thing. If there's a group out there, maybe they want to be a partner, maybe they want to get involved and do more in the future, what's the best way they could reach out?
They can reach out to my office at 851-4980. They can also reach out to the Clementine Gold Group. They're helping to organize. If you're looking for information, you can go right to their website, which is clementinegoldgroup.org, I believe, or .com /514, and get more information about how to sign up. But feel free to reach out to me and we'll connect you. This is just the beginning. I did put in a resolution that we will pass next week, making this an official day of service for the city of Buffalo. I just want everybody to get involved. Remember that we're not here for ourselves. It's about the legacy that they left us, and it's our job to take care of one another.
Absolutely. All right, Councilmember Leah Halton Pope, thank you for coming on in
Thank you for having me.
and spending some time.